Hi, shalom. Quick content warning. This video contains mentions of partner violence and sexual assault. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright, so in this video, we will be discussing Brian Warner, better known by the public as Marilyn Manson. Brian was born in 1969, and he's talked about how he was a shy, awkward sort of kid who didn't really felt like he fit in anywhere. And I have so much beef with this idea that having a rough background justifies heinous abuse. This is so not okay. There are plenty of people out there who have been through horrible things, who aren't toxic people, and don't commit acts of abuse. There is just no justification for abuse. Brian has been shrouded in controversy since the beginning. He chose the stage name of Marilyn Manson after Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson, the infamous cult leader from the 60s and 70s. Now, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. Part of the controversy is a debate on whether or not his music and persona were the cause / a contributing cause of the 1999 Columbine shooting. It's so much more complicated than people want to believe, so I feel like it's important to bring this up. Now, I'm not condoning everything he's done, obviously, but I feel like it's important to mention that there were several complex factors that contributed to that shooting. Sue Klebold, Dylan Klebold's mother, has become a staunch advocate for mental health care and mental health awareness. She did a phenomenal TED Talk, and she's written an incredible book called A Mother's Reckoning. I'm going to post both of those down below because this is really important. Sorry to go off on a bit of a tangent, but I felt like this was worth mentioning. So in 2021, actor Evan Rachel Wood revealed to the public that he had been extremely abusive while they were in a romantic relationship in the mid-2000s. They met at a party when she was 19 and he was 37. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently wrong with age gaps. I met my partner when I was in my late 20s and he was in his early 40s. But the thing is, at those ages, you're at roughly the same stage in life. 19 is the tail end of adolescence. So there is no way this relationship could be considered an equal partnership. There's just too much of an authority dynamic. In the HBO Max documentary Phoenix Rising, Evan said that she didn't even really want a romantic relationship. She sort of wanted to just be friends and hang out. And he basically coerced her into a relationship. And at that point, she was in a pretty vulnerable place. There were some aspects of her childhood that had been hard. Her parents divorced when she was a kid. She was really close with her brother, but when their parents split up, they each went to live with different parents, which was really hard for her. During the time they were together, Evan was subject to horrible, graphic physical and sexual violence. Now, Evan is Jewish, and Brian has always had anti-Semitic crap in his home and has always been fascinated by Hitler. Not cool, dude. Not cool at all. Now, after Evan came out of the abuse closet, other people who had worked with and been involved with Brian came forward with their accounts of abuse. There were men who had worked for him in various capacities who had been mistreated, and Evan was not the first woman he had abused. At the time that this video was filmed, Mr. Warner was denying all of the allegations and was in the process of suing Evan for defamation. He's a scumbag, to say the least. Now, when abuse revelations come out of the woodwork like this, the debate of whether or not to separate art from artist inevitably pops up. For me personally, I can sometimes separate art from artist if the artist, say, had an addiction or something. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that addiction is a serious, unfortunate thing, but if it's something that doesn't have as detrimental of an effect on tons of other people, I have an easier time separating art from artist. Frida Kahlo is the example that comes to mind. I can't and don't really try to make separations in cases of more serious abuse. I'm a trauma survivor myself, and I just can't do that. I hope that makes sense. All right, that's it for today. I guess this video was a little bit on the shorter side. I hate to say I hope you enjoyed this video because I know this is heavy stuff. So what I'm going to say is that I hope this video was helpful and informative, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.